Four suburban men accused of beating a Southwest Side pizzeria owner will not serve any time. They were each facing several charges of aggravated battery. Casey Cronus is live in Mount Greenwood with the latest. Casey.
A judge acquitted those men today, clearing their names. Their attorneys say this vindicates them. Now, when this first happened, the incident drew community outrage and support for the owner of Barraco's, who was one of the men injured when a fight broke out at his restaurant. After a bench trial last month, where most of the men involved in the Barraco's brawl took the stand, a judge has now cleared the four patrons who were facing multiple felonies.
I think the ruling was fair. I think it was based on the facts and evidence in this case.
Andrew Feddick of LaGrange Park, Harry Kenny of Glen Ellen, Frank Paris of River Forest, and John Powers IV of Oak Park were each charged with several counts of aggravated battery.
I do believe that the case itself was overcharged from the beginning.
Donna Rotuno, who represents Paris, says her client suffered a concussion during the ordeal.
I think that every single person involved in this case made mistakes, and hopefully everyone will learn from it.
In June of last year, the men, who were 20 at the time, had been underage drinking at Barraco's in Mount Greenwood and were asked to leave the bar when a brawl broke out with the bouncers, an off-duty officer and restaurant owner, Nick Barraco. Barraco, who is in his 60s, suffered a fractured skull and brain bleed. He spent several days in the ICU and saw an outpouring of community support.
I think anytime there is mutual combat, I think anytime there is a melee, I think anytime there's a physical altercation, this was a bar fight. This was a bar fight that multiple people were involved in. This was a situation where punches are thrown. And once that starts and you don't know who's throwing punches at you or who's coming at you or who's approaching you, you have a right to defend yourself. And that's what this was.
We reached out to an employee at Barraco's requesting comment. We are told that Nick still hasn't been able to return to work due to his injuries and recovery process. Reporting live in Mount Greenwood, Casey Cronus, Fox 32, Chicago.